Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Messy Keto Kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about body dysmorphia, non-scale victories, and I am going to try on my wedding dress that I haven't worn in 13 years so we can see the before and after, the long-term before and after. So stick around, I'll see you back here in just a minute. Hello again. Thanks for joining me here on my Messy Keto Kitchen. My name is Steffi. I started this channel as a way for people of all ages, all genders, all walks of life to be able to learn some information about not only the ketogenic diet, but also fitness and mindset and just leading an overall good life. Anyway, so on that topic, I would hope that if you're interested in maybe the subject matter, hopefully because you clicked on this before, that maybe you would go ahead and consider subscribing. Just click on the subscribe button below, and also don't forget to turn on notifications so you can see when one of my other quirky videos comes out. So today we're going to be talking about a it's a serious topic, and I don't think it gets enough of the tone that it deserves, and it's body dysmorphia. And for those of you who don't know, body dysmorphia is basically seeing your body in a way that it doesn't actually exist. So for example, when you look in the mirror and you've lost a bunch of weight, but all you still see is the person that you were before. So you still see the person that was wearing a size bigger, or 2 sizes bigger. And vice versa, it can be somebody who has come from any eating disorder, or not even the eating disorder. It could just be something along the lines of you see yourself as heavier or thinner or taller or shorter. There is no limit to body dysmorphia and how it affects people. And the reason I bring this subject up, and I think it's really, really important to talk about, is when I first started on my, I hate to use the term weight loss journey, but let's just be real, that's at least how it started off. I had already yo-yoed for many years. Just like most of you, most of the people out there, we all have a yo-yo diet kind of story. And I remember the day it finally just hit me. It was out of the blue. It wasn't, I'm going to start my diet on a Monday. It was a Wednesday. And I finally just had I cannot do it anymore. I cannot continue to be uncomfortable in my own skin. I can't feel this way. And I took action. Now, I want to be fair and tell everybody that I've lost a lot of weight over the years. My highest weight was 240 pounds. My lowest weight has been 163 pounds. I have competed in bodybuilding competitions, even though I probably wasn't exactly where I needed to be for that. But I have gone back and forth, up and down, and the majority of my weight that I have lost has actually been with keto. And not only the majority lost with keto, the majority that I've maintained as far as a loss goes. Which is why I'm so passionate about it. But I remember when I first started really getting into fitness and really losing a bunch of weight, my brain couldn't catch up fast enough. I could not recognize myself as somebody who was this particular person over here. And what I mean by that, I don't want to sound too convoluted, but I was used to always being the heavier girl, your chubby friend, oh, she's funny, she's got a good personality, but she's, just okay. And please, I hope that nobody watching this video will ever think that your weight should define who you are as a person or what people think of you. It should never, okay? You can be happy at any weight, any size. I don't ever want to convey that message otherwise. But what had happened was I did not know how to adapt to the changes in my body, and it messed with me emotionally. It was a big deal. I didn't understand why I was getting different attention from people, why people started asking me questions about what I do for fitness, what I do for diet. I didn't understand it, and it really stressed me out. And it sounds like a good problem to have, and it might be, but it was a really stressful time for me. And it took me a little while to figure out how to be that person and how that was my new personality and my new body. And I'll tell you, to this day, I still struggle with it. It's gotten better, but I still struggle with it. So all this to say, this kind of brought me to the topic with my sister a couple weeks ago, actually. And we were talking about even when you have lost the weight or, firmed up, whatever it is that you've done to change yourself, there is still times where you cannot see that difference in yourself. And she asked me, she goes, have you thought about trying on your old competition suit? And I said, well, I didn't feel that great in it when I first wore it, so I don't know what that would do for me. But I said it's funny because I did just come across my wedding dress, which has been packed in a box since right after we got married, and my husband and I have moved a bunch of times since then. And so I said, maybe I'm going to try on my wedding dress and just see, if there's a difference, because in my mind I still couldn't see it. I know I was heavier when I got married, but I still couldn't see the difference. And so I decided that I was going to go home that night and I was going to try on the dress. And I did, and it blew my mind. I was shocked. Even though I knew that I had lost weight, I still saw myself as that other person. And my question is, do you guys have that same thing going for you? Have you experienced the body dysmorphia that makes you think that, oh my gosh, I'm still not at that perfect place? We may never be at that perfect place, and if we don't celebrate along the way and appreciate just how far we've come, it's really, really hard for us to ever find that true happiness in who we are and how our body is and how we feel and all that. It's a constant quest for this perfection that doesn't exist. That doesn't mean that you can't keep going and keep pushing yourself to new limits, but it's all about appreciating yourself for what you've done so far and for where you are. And putting on that wedding dress was huge. And so I'm going to do it again today for you guys. I know it's not the first time I've done it, so it's not as special, but I wanted you to see something. And what I'm hoping that you'll see is the same thing that I did, because even when I put it on and it was too big for me, I still had to put a picture of myself when I got married next to the picture of myself with the wedding dress on to actually see the difference. So anyway, I'm going to pause for a second so we can do that. While we take the pause, will you guys do me a favor and write a comment below about a time that maybe you've had a body dysmorphia issue or some things that have changed since your body has shifted. Write in the comments below and we'll be right back. Okay, I just want to state for the record that I did keep my undergarments on so as not to expose myself, and also that this dress is monstrously heavy. Okay, so as you can see, I have to hold it up in order for it to actually stay on. I could fit, I don't know, I guess maybe if I still had like bigger boobs or something like that, it would fit. But I hope you get the point. So I was going to try to finish the video in my wedding dress, but since I'm sitting by a fireplace and there's soot on there, I thought it might not be the best idea. Also, that dress is exceptionally heavy and hot, and I did get married in Puerto Rico in July in that dress, and I thought I was going to die. So I do not want to replicate that. Anyway, I hope that you guys saw what I was trying to get at there. And I will post the picture of, side by side so you can kind of see a little bit better. But in my mind, I still was going to fill that dress out, and it was still going to be tight, and I was going to have to put a girdle on to wear it, which I did when I got married. And I think it's important for us to take a minute and just recognize how hard it is and how long it's going to take your mind to catch up to where you are, and to celebrate those non-scale victories, and to try on a piece of clothing that maybe didn't fit you before, but it's going to fit you now. There's so many victories along the way, and the sooner you're able to get out of your own head and see what you've done, the better off you'll be. My husband has a thing. Anytime I start saying something negative about myself, he says, "Don't you talk about my wife that way." And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to think about yourself as somebody's wife, husband, son, daughter, whoever you are, and think how you would feel if somebody was talking about your wife, son, husband, daughter that way. I want you to apply it to yourself if you want to. Anyway, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of this video. I know it went on a little bit too long, but I hope that you understood the point and that it really helped somebody out there. So I can't wait to see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe below, and I will see you after Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Goodbye.